Hi students, in this video I'm going to discuss the concept of sequences. A sequence is a function whose domain is the set of natural number and codomain is the set of real number. So generally the sequence is denoted by the with for bracket an, or we can write an. So n is equal n is from 1 to infinity. So that can be expanded when n is 1. So that is a1, that is first term of the sequence. When n is 2, that is a2. When n is 3, that is a3, and so on. When n is n, that is n, where n is the nth term of the sequence. Let us take some examples of the sequences. The function a is a function from natural number to real number. So that is defined by n is equal to n square for all n is greater than or equal to 1. So that can be, that determines the sequence. When n is 1, that is 1 square, that is 1. When n is 2, that is 2 square, 4. When n is 3, that is 3 square, 9, and so on. When n is n, that is n square, where n square is the nth term of the sequence. n is equal to n square. Let us take another example. The sequence 1 by n. So that can be written as, when n is 1, 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, and so on, 1 by n. So this is the another sequence. Let us take minus 1 to the power of n is also a sequence. So that can be written as, so when n is 1, minus 1 to the power of 1 is minus 1. When n is 2, that is plus 1. When n is 3 here, that is minus 1, and so on. Where nth term is minus 1 when n is odd here, plus 1 when n is even. So this is the nth term of the sequence minus 1 to the power of n. Now let us move to the definition of the range. Range is a set, it is a collection of the sequence for all n belongs to the set of natural number. For example, let us take the sequence 1 by n, that is n is equal to 1 to infinity. That can be written as 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, and so on, 1 by n, and so on, is a sequence. Let us correct the range. A range is a set for n is equal to 1, that collection of the sequence for every n belongs to the set of natural number. When n is 1, so is the element of the range. When n is 2, that is 1 by 2, is the element of the range set, and so on. When n is n, 1 by n, and so on, is a infinite set. Let us take, but in the set, all the elements are distinct here. Let us take second example, the sequence minus 1 to the power of n. So that can be written as, when n is 1, minus 1 plus 1. When n is 3, that is minus 1. When n is 4, plus 1, and so on. So what is the range of this sequence here? So it is a collection of the sequence, and moreover is a set. In the set, all the elements should be distinct here. When n is 1, that is minus 1. So is the element of the range of the sequence n. When n is 2, that is plus 1. Fine. When n is 3, minus 1. So minus 1 is already represented here. So in the set, so elements, all the elements will be the distinct. So range of the sequence is minus 1 and plus 1. Now we'll move to the definition of boundedness of a sequences of real number. A sequence n is said to be bounded above if there exists a real number m such that for all n belongs to n, it means all the terms of the sequence n are either less than m or equal to m. So then m is said to be upper bound of the sequence n. We can show it in graphically. So this is the n is the function that is represented in the y-axis. This y-axis, this is x-axis. N is greater than or equal to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Suppose the sequence is bounded above, there exists a real number m. You take a real number m here. So all the terms of sequence like a1, a1, a2, a3, and first of all sequence should be increasing sequence or increasing function. So this sequence should not cross the line m. So then we can write the sequence n is bounded above by the number m. It means all the terms of the sequence n either less than m or equal to m. So that should not cross the line m. So therefore m is the upper bound of the sequence. So now we'll move to the definition of bounded below. A sequence n is said to be bounded below if there exists a real number m such that for all n belongs to n, m is less than or equal to n. It means that all the terms of the sequence n greater than or equal to m, then m is known as the lower bound of the sequence n. So we can show it in the graphically. X-axis we represent the n and y-axis represents the function value an. There exists a real number m, so which is parallel to the x-axis, that is m. Now n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. When n is 1, you plot that a1 here. When n is 2, a2 here. When n is 3, a3 here, a4, a5, a6 and so on here. You can observe here all the terms of the sequence an greater than or equal to small m. You can observe that, and moreover it should not cross the line m. So then we can write m is said to be lower bound of the sequence an. We'll define the definition of boundedness of a sequence. A sequence n is said to be bounded if it is bounded both above and below. That is, if there exist two real numbers m and capital M such that m is less than or equal to an, less than or equal to capital M for all n belongs to n. So we can show it in graphically. So in the x-axis you represent n values and the y-axis represent n values. So there exist two real numbers capital M and small m. The sequence always sequence between the bounded by above and bounded by below. Let us take a1 represent here, a2, a3, a4, a5 and so on. So all the terms of sequence should not cross the line capital M and also line small m. So therefore we can write capital M is the upper bound of the sequence n and small m is the lower bound of the sequence m. So now we'll define least upper bound. If m is an upper bound for sequence n, but no number less than m, then we can write m is least upper bound for the sequence n or supremum for the sequence an. So similarly we can define the greatest lower bound. If small m is a lower bound for the sequence n, but no number greater than m, so then m is a greatest lower bound for the sequence n or infimum for the sequence n. Let us take a example here. The sequence 2, 3 by 2, 4 by 3, 5 by 4 and so on. So that can be written as the 2, 3 by 2 nothing but 1.5, 4 by 3 that is 1.33, 5 by 4 1.25, no 6 by 5 is 1.2 and so on. So this sequence is a decreasing sequence. Let us show it in the graphically. X-axis represent n values and y-axis represent the function value an. You plot n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. When n is 1, first term is 2. This is 1, this is 2. Let us take when n is 1, a1 is 2. When n is 2, a2 is 1.5. This comes here. When n is 3, a3 is 1.33. Comes here. When n is 4, a4 is 1.25. Like this. When n is 5, 1.2 and so on, like this it goes. So this sequence is decreasing sequence. So there exists a number 2 here and there exists number 1 here. This is always like this it goes. So this sequence between the number 2 and 1. So therefore the sequence lies between 1 and 2. So 1 less than an less than or equal to 2. So therefore 2 is the upper bound of the sequence n and 1 is the lower bound of the sequence n. Also we can define there are many upper bounds for the sequence n, 2, 3, 4 like this, and there are many lower bounds of the sequence n like 1, 0, -1 like this. But here 2 is the least upper bound. So no such number, no such upper bounds less than 2 here. So therefore 2 is the least upper bound and no such greater number here, greater than 1 here. So therefore 1 is the greatest lower bound. So 1 is the GLB of the sequence n and 2 is the LUB of the sequence n. So let us take another example here. Let n is equal to 1 by n. That can be written as 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 and so on. So we can show it in the graphically 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. When n is 1, to plot here first term. When n is 2, 0.5. When n is 3, that is 0.33. When n is 4, 0.25 and so on. it is a decreasing sequence. When n increases, it approaches to 0 here. So it is bounded below by 0, it is bounded above by 1. So therefore the sequence lies between, so 0 less than an less than or equal to 1. So therefore 1 is the upper bound of the sequence an and 0 is the lower bound of the sequence. And no such number less than 1, no such upper bound less than 1. Therefore 1 is the LUB of the sequence n and 0 is the GLB of the sequence n. So this is a decreasing sequence. Let us take one more example, which is increasing sequence, and it is bounded by above and below. Let us take another example. Let the sequence an, that is n by n plus 1. So that can be written as, when n is 1, 1 by 2, when n is 2, that is 2 by 3, when n is 3, that is 3 by 4, that is 4 by 5, and so on. That is 0.5, 2 by 3 is 0.66, that 0.75, 0.8, next one is that is 5 by 6 is 0.833, like this. It is increasing sequence. Let us show it in the graphically. X-axis you represent n values and y-axis you represent the function values n. When n is 1, first term is 0.5. This is let us take 1 by 2. This is 1 by 2 here. When n is 1, a1 is off. When n is 2, a2 is 0.66 here. When n is 3, 0.75. When n is 4, that is 0.8. It goes on like this. That is it is never cross the line 1 year, and it never cross the line half year. The sequence always lies between the 1 and 1 by 2, and we can observe that the sequence will not cross the line 1. Therefore 1 is the upper bound of the sequence n, and the sequence will not cross the line by below of the sequence, that is 1 by 2. Therefore 1 by 2 is the lower bound of the sequence. Therefore the sequence lies between 1 by 2 less than or equal to n less than 1. Therefore 1 by 2 is the GLB of the sequence n, and 1 is the least upper bound of the sequence n. Now we'll move to the definition of convergence of a sequence. The sequence an is said to be convergent sequence if the sequence n approaches to the finite value L when n tends to infinity. When n becomes large, when n is large, so an should approaches to the finite value. Then we can say that an is said to be convergent sequence, and it is converges to the finite value L. Symbolically, we write limit of n as n tends to infinity is equal to L, where L is the limit of the sequence n. Let us take example here. Let us take example the sequence 1 by n. So let us plot the graph of the sequence 1 by n. When n is 1, the first term of the sequence is 1. When n is 2, second term of the sequence is 1 by 2. When n is 3, third term of sequence is 1 by 3. For the 4, when n is 4, 0.25. When n is 5, that is 1 by 5, so less than 0.25. When n increases, when n tends to infinity, that sequence is approaches to the 0. Therefore, so 0 is the limit of the sequence. We can conclude that the sequence n is convergent sequence and it converges to 0 as n tends to infinity. So we can define the convergent sequence in another way. The sequence n is converges to the real number L if for every epsilon there exists a positive integer n such that modulus of n minus L less than epsilon for all n greater than or equal to n. So where L is the limit of the sequence an. Suppose the sequence n approaches to the infinity, which is not a real number, as n tends to infinity, then we can write a sequence or we can conclude that n is said to be divergent sequence and it diverges to infinity. So symbolically we write limit of n as n tends to infinity, that is equal to infinity, where infinity is the limit of the sequence n. We can define another way. For every m greater than 0, there exists a positive integer n such that an is always greater than m for all n greater than or equal to n. It means which is not a bounded sequence. Let us take one example. The sequence n is not a convergent sequence, it is a divergent sequence. It diverges to the infinity. Let us plot the graph of the sequence n. When n is 1, a1 is 1. When n is 2, a2 is 2. When n is 3, a3 is 3, and it goes like this. It increases. When n increases, n also it approaches to the what? Infinity. When n tends to infinity, even n also tends to the infinity. Therefore, so this sequence is a divergent sequence. It diverges to the infinity, and moreover, it is not a bounded sequence. It is bounded by below, but it is not a bounded by above. Now let us move to the definition of the oscillatory sequence. A sequence n is said to be oscillatory if the sequence neither converges to a unique finite limit nor to a plus infinity or minus infinity. It means that if the sequence is oscillatory, it oscillates between the finite limit points minus L to plus L, or it diverges to what? Plus infinity and minus infinity. It oscillates between plus infinity and minus infinity. Now let us take some examples here. The sequence already we said that the sequence 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 is a convergent sequence. It converges to 0. Since it is getting closer and closer to a number 0 as n increases. The number 0 is the limit of the sequence 1 by n. Let us take another example, the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4 and n, where n is the nth term of the sequence, whose term gets larger than any number as n increases. The sequence that fails to be converges to a finite value then is said to be divergent. And let us take another example, the sequence 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, whose terms oscillating between the minus 1 and plus 1 as n increases. Such sequence is said to be oscillatory sequence. Let us plot the graph of this sequence here. This is n, this is an. When n is 1, first term is 1 here. When n is 2, second term is minus 1. When n is 3, third term is 1. When n is 4, this is third term. When n is 4, minus 1. So when n increases, when n tends to infinity, it lies between plus 1 and minus 1. It oscillates between plus 1 and minus 1. Therefore, it is a oscillatory sequence.